What's up, everybody? I've got a little special treat for me. This was sent to me by Brian Hall, otherwise known as Chugach, or Brewery Chugach, or Chugach Brewery, I think, on Homebrew Talk. He's pretty famous in the lambic and sour brewing section there as being a guy that um, cellars multiple barrels, full-size barrels, at his house, and he even does a tour occasionally, a homebrew tour in Maine, Portland. Um, and Maine brew guy Gary kind of put us in communication together, and he ended up sending me some beers. So thank you very much, Brian. I'm going to check out his lambic. So Brian writes a blog called Brewery Chugach. Very good blog. Recommend that you check it out. He recently did a really good article on blending. Wow, and this beer is beautiful. Such a beautiful golden color. It's very slightly hazy, but not very hazy at all. A little ring around the glass there. Ooh, very clean smelling and citrusy, with very light acidity, a little bit of oak. Oh wow, very very nice. I like the very light acidity, but it's got a nice tannic quality from the oak and from the funk, very light funk. Wow, I drink that all day. That's really good. So thanks again, Brian. So I want to do a shout out not just to Brian, but to a lot of other bloggers. The Endosymbiosis, or Daniel Harper, he was a craft beer reviewer on YouTube. He's not real active anymore, but he did a video once about how there was like a section of a community of bloggers and then a community of YouTubers, and the two didn't mix very well. Or it did seem to mix. They didn't, watch each other's or read each other's content. And I kind of see that also in the homebrewing world. So I'm just going to mention some of the blogs that I've been following. I'm going to put a link to my feedly.com subscription list. You can actually download that and import it if you want to sign up for Feedly. Feedly is free. It just is a way to track blogs, and highly recommend checking it out. So, yeah, other than Brian, another one I've been following is Ed Coffey. He's otherwise known as Coff on Homebrew Talk. Ale of the Riverwards. He does a lot of sour brewing, Solera brewing. Very well written blog. Another one that I like a lot is from Amos Brown, Brown and Bitter. He takes a very kind of historical approach to his brewing. Does a lot of saisons, funky saisons, and he reads like the Shut Up About Barclay Perkins blog, which is a historical blog about English brewing in the 1800s, and he puts a lot of thought into connecting how maybe English brewers and Belgian brewers were interacting. Eureka Brewing, he's a scientist. A lot of these guys are scientists or just home brewers, and some of them have gone pro. Eureka Brewing, he focuses a lot on talking about different kinds of yeasts, all kinds of different kinds of yeasts. A lot of information on his blog. Another guy like that is Sui Genesis. He actually has a YouTube channel that you should check out. He shows you how to streak plates. Another microbiologist that runs a really good blog. It also focuses more on wild brewing. A lot of these blogs are kind of focused on that. Embrace the Funk, that's a classic one. If you haven't heard of it, he's been running his blog for quite a few years. He's gone pro, and a lot of the information on barrels that we have today comes from his blog. A lot of good material on maintaining barrels. Another one is Bikes, Beer, and Adventures. That's Jeffrey Crane. He did a lot of the 1 gallon experiments early on, and then he's also gone professionally into brewing. He's recently doing a list of articles on using oak, different types of oak, different toast levels, because he knows there's a lack of information out there, which I totally agree with. So I'm really looking forward to his set of articles on oak. Another one I wanted to mention is Mark of the Yeast, is another microbiologist doing a lot of culturing of different kinds of yeast. Very beautiful pictures on his blog. Definitely check it out. And last one I wanted to mention is Brain Sparging on Brewing. This guy did a Solera where he each of his pools, he did one pool for 3 years, so 3 different pools, and he saved each pool into separate 1-gallon jugs, and then he blended them all back together at the end, effectively making a goose out of his Solera. So that was the first time I really saw that method. He does a lot of 1-gallon batch brewing stuff, so definitely check out his blog as well. There's a few more that I haven't, that I didn't get a chance to give a shout out to, but check out my feedly.com file and you'll see a big list of them. So anyway, cheers, and thanks again for this really awesome sour beer, Brian. Cheers.
To import a feedly.opml file, go to Organize, click Import OPML, click Browse, select the feedly.opml file that you downloaded, and click Open, then click Import.